Okay, you gotta tell me your name.
My name is Mark Roberge.
And you can tell me about your childhood in Iowa.
Well, it was pretty quiet. Started off, I was actually born living on a turkey farm my mom and dad had. And I guess they had a couple of bad years where the bobcats and the coyotes got enough of the turkeys that my dad said that he wasn't doing that anymore. So he started selling insurance for Prudential. And he did pretty good at it. And then he finally started his own business as owning a be like kind of a Rite Aid store. Anyhow, he started it up, and he did pretty good at that too for quite a few years. Went to a lot of different sports, but back in Iowa, it was wrestling and football were the big items. They used to make us go out for football to get in shape for wrestling, and it was pretty tough. It was pretty interesting. Good character building experience, I guess I can say that. What else you want to
Do you have buses?
know? Buses?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but only the kids that lived out on the farms got to ride the buses.
So you walked.
Oh yeah, uphill both ways. Snow over my head most of the time. Sleet, tornadoes. Nothing but inclement weather. But it was every school I went to. I guess it started off. The shortest one was grade school. Then we had junior high school and then high school, and each one was further and further away. So by the time I got into high school, I was having to walk probably, geez, probably 4 or 5 miles to get to high school. Luckily, some guys had cars, so I didn't have to walk every day. But we finally moved my junior year. My junior year, we moved so we were closer. But it was a lot of fun. We used to walk the railroad tracks to and from because it was a more of a direct shot, took less time, and it was just more fun. We used to kind of get into trouble. Putting the old pennies on the railroad tracks and rocks on the railroad tracks and stuff like that.
Well, rocks probably cause more damage than the pennies.
Well, you had to watch out because, boy, I tell you what, they would go flying out of there. They'd go right into you like a bullet.
The rock or the penny?
The rocks, they would kind of just explode underneath the wheel. So you never knew where they were going to go. So you had to watch it. You had to duck down. Luckily, nobody ever got hit. But yeah, it made it kind of interesting. Like I said, it was more fun going home the tracks. We used to take the tracks a lot of places.
Like where?
Oh, downtown, stuff like that. To school. It was just obviously the main thoroughfare through the center of town, essentially. Especially back in Iowa, it's all farming oriented, so everything is around the tracks, you know. So we used to walk everywhere though. We only had one park that had a pool, and that was probably City Park Pool was heck had to be more than 10 miles from our house. We'd walk there and go swimming all day and then walk back home. It was an all day experience. We were pretty well booped by the time we got back to it.
What about the reservoir? Did you ever swim there?
Oh yeah, there was always some kind of rock quarries over by the river that were full of water. We'd go swimming in there, and the reservoir always was a very popular place. Plus, there was always quarries on guys' farms that we used to go because nobody, you'd find one that nobody knew about. It was all to yourself. So that made it kind of fun. And there was always, those quarries were always near the river because that's how they got flooded. So, there would be fish in them and stuff. You could go fishing or just swimming. We used to go blow up the inner tubes from the tractors and go floating down the Iowa River. That was always fun.
You just float down the river?
Yep. You'd have to leave a car down by where you were going to get out, and then somebody else drive you up to where you're going to get in. You just float downstream, and when you got to the spot where you needed to get off, you got out and got into the other car.
So was it like a lazy type river, or was it like fast?
Oh no, it was just a nice casual ride, but it went right by a city park, so you normally saw somebody you could holler at and have fun. Everybody knew everybody. It was a small town. So it was, you knew somebody no matter where you went. Sometimes you didn't run into anybody, but if you did, you normally knew them. Especially when you had a decent sized family that knew a bunch of other people, so that we always knew all the different age groups. With Janelle being 16 years older than I was, and we got two more sisters and a brother older than me. There was quite a range of ages, so everybody knew everybody. You knew pretty much everybody in town, one way or another.
How
So it
big?
was kind of nice.